Bowling, well, a little expensive with all the bowlers except for Sandeep, the debutant. 2 for 24 of his 4 overs, 6 runs and over for him, and Vignesh 6.50. They were the two pick of the bowlers. Pranay did pick up 2 for 38, but well, the two gentlemen who matter are out there on this lovely afternoon here in Pondicherry. I'm Fazal Khalil. Very good afternoon, Charu Sharma.
Well, it's certainly a good afternoon as the team gets set to try and defend 172. Not going to be easy. The Yanam Royals, of course, did score 188 before that was bested. And I do think they have the capability. And the Asudu Accord Warriors, well, they've scored 215 earlier in the tournament, the highest tournament score. Today, they started out pretty diffidently, on a bit of a hole in the middle. And only Pandey's bright 61 from 28 took them to the 172 mark. I think they'll be pretty chuffed. They've come out. Nitin Pranav, here's Pandey again, the main man. Well played. They had a few lives as well in the field. A couple of catches taken, a couple not. And had those been taken, we might have seen a score less than 150. Who knows? Vedant, the 50 man. He did so well for them the last time around. 85 is best. I think at that point of time in the commentary box, we were talking about the first 100. Wasn't to be. We even had a 92. But he's a fine bat and a decent strike rate.
Well, yes, 139, top of the order, will be acceptable. His partner at the other end, Aditya Garwal, the skipper, coming out nice and early in the piece. He is a more than capable batsman, but he's just come there swinging for the fences. He needs to just come and take his time. He's got the time on his hands because they can make up with some really big hitting.
Arvind Raj, who got tonked for plenty 2 matches ago. Last match he did reasonably well. Is in as Rajshekhar Reddy, who didn't do too much today. Came out to open but didn't really get a decent score, has left the park. Okay, Arvind Raj, which side of the bed have you woken up today from? We'll see. And once again, Nitin Pranav will open from the Seacom end. And once again, he got only that 30-odd. As I said, I had a chat with him before the match saying, hey, are you going to try and get to even 40 or more? Unfortunately for him, he didn't. Such a good bat, a valuable all-rounder. The skipper, Nitin Pranav.
Run straight away. And for them, it was a half volley on the leg stump, asking to be hit and put away very easily and comfortably.
There was a gimme delivery. And Vedant picking up where he left off. Didn't try and overhit it. Got into a good position. I don't think the skipper will be pleased with the fielding effort. And it was an easy half volley on the leg stump. I think he started a shade late. And then, of course, it was wobbling a bit, the ball. We'll have to be a little generous to the fielder. But I do think you've started a step earlier. You've got his body behind. And the dive would have been more productive.
Just a single. We just see the form that he's in, Vedant Bhardwaj. He's just playing it like he's having a net out there in the middle.
And that's what a good solid knock does. And of course, it's a different pitch, different day. It's just the way he started out. Not only that half volley which is put away, but the next shot, just a tap to deep point, indicating that he got right behind the line. He's seeing it well. And I think Pranav would be happy that it's now Aditya Garwal who hasn't done anything from the front.
In that pursuit of 172 in close proximity to half runs to the over. They shouldn't let that get too far ahead.
Yeah, they need a decent power play, but Vedant, 2 terrific scores and a 35 as well. Every time he's come out to bat, he scored well, and he scored them quickly. Very good strike rate. 140, didn't we say was the average? Well done, Vedant. Truly a quality bat. You mentioned keeping pace. Typically, of course, the 6th over, especially the second half of the 6th over, is where a lot in the power play. I think I'll chance my or take my chances, play the ball in the air. And even today, I think there were 2 wickets at that point. So that's just one thing they have to take care of. If they don't have a really terrific power play till 5.5 overs, don't worry.
Very interesting call this by the umpire. Decision. No, they aren't. He's the captain himself, so he'll have to take it.
I think he did accept the call earlier. And then while walking back to his mark, he said, well, maybe I'll just check with the keeper. And he did. And the keeper indicated, no, that was a fair call. Don't bother. Well done, keeper. Your inputs are the most valuable when it comes to a DRS.
That's gone. Huge hit this. Straight into their own dugout. What a way to start proceedings here for Vedant Bhardwaj. 85 of the last game, and he's already dialed in this one.
Well, into the opposite camp, actually. Vedant hitting it into the yellow camp. Those who do accord Warriors, high and mighty, the ball tailing in just a shade. He waited on it and then gave it the treatment when one bounced into the yellows, saying, take that. This is how you do it.
Well, he's got his own unique and peculiar way of doing things. In the air, just short of the man, will get the single. Chasing 172. The Royals are 14 for none after 1. It's a stiff target for sure, 172, but they need this kind of start. We did say keep abreast with the required run rate, and they got the 14 of the first over. We'll see spin in the form of Siddhak Gurvinder Singh. He's bowled really well in the tournament so far. A fantastic economy of 6.82, considering the fact that he bowls within the power play. A best of 4 for 15. He's been amongst the wickets, 21 of them. This is his 14th game. So he's an asset to whichever team he plays for. Just turned around the corner. Vedant Bhardwaj. Will he come back for 2? No, says the Captain Garwal. Well, just take a look at the way he has his own peculiar style and technique of playing this. He strikes the ball and then he just doesn't worry about where it's gone. I've not seen too many players in the world of cricket doing that, Charu, but I guess to each his own. I mean, it looks really nice as well. Very nonchalant, doesn't it?
It does. And, you know, in one way it figures. Because if he's actually focusing on the pitch and on the shot itself, about where have I struck this? How have I struck this? Rather than where is it going? I think it's something a lot of people might want to follow. Because very often, why do people get out when they try and hit big? Because the head's already in the air.
I see you doing that a lot at the golf course, especially playing your wedges coming in 60 yards, 70 yards. You don't bother looking where the ball is. You just keep wondering whether I make contact or not.
I learned it from you. Lots of spin by Siddhak on offer. This time he gets greedy, trying to get this ball to spin from outside the leg stump. The previous delivery was spun a mile.
Well, yes, it's the the latter part of the afternoon really baked this pitch is. Whatever moisture was there in the early in the afternoon is completely dried up, and the wind, the breeze across the ground as well will dry out the surface quicker, and it's bound to turn because it's devoid of any grass.
I was having a chat with Siddharth when I'd gone earlier for the toss. He's quite embarrassed giving 25 during the power play. When he bowled the last time around, he bowled the first over during power play, as he is now the second over. But this one, of course, a terrific comeback by Siddharth. The other two lefty spinners also bowled very well. So it's a spinner's day out, that's for sure, at the Cap Seacom Stadium today. Pitch number 7.
That's going, and gone. Brilliant hit this. Number 2 for Vedant Bharadwaj, where his rich vein of form continues. 2 done. I beg your pardon, that was Aditya Garwal doing what Vedant does. 2 done, 21 for none. They're certainly doing well for themselves. 21 in 13 deliveries is the score at the moment, chasing that 172. Charu Sharma, take a look at that picturesque ground. The background has a lot of green cover as well.
You took the words out of my mouth. I was looking at that picture, those fluffy little clouds overhead. No rain, of course, here in Pondicherry this year. And that gentle breeze wafting across the field has been there all day, making the heat more bearable. Everything perfect for playing cricket in the afternoon here in Pondicherry. Wonderful facility. The Cap Seacom Stadium and many other grounds around this main stadium ground as well. It's truly potentially a birthplace of many stars to come.
Well, certainly, Shafiquddin is one of them. However, he starts off with a wide. Very talented youngster with both bat and ball. He's got all the tricks of the trade, especially when he bowls.
He bats well too. And I was a little surprised, they haven't taken the DRS, I was a little surprised that Pandey refused the single of the first ball of the final over. Of course, he got plenty thereafter, Pandey. But Shafiquddin managed that's moving away all the time, managed a wonderful flicked 4 on the last ball of the 19th over, and I thought that even that one run that Pandey missed was actually a mistake.
Nicely bowled. He's tucking him up, not giving giving Vedant any room outside that off stump. That's exactly what he's waiting for. If you look at the way Vedant plays, it is waiting for room outside the off stump so that he can help himself to vacant spaces on the offside. Just one fielder on the offside, on the boundary. And there's one on the opposite end of the ground at deep square leg. There's the man there, out there. And then if you pan the camera all the way across, you'll see one more at deep square leg. That was in the slot, and that's gone. That's 6. That's probably one of the easiest 6s that Vedant Bharadwaj will hit in all his career.
Well, it's certainly a slot delivery, but the best part about it, as we'll see now, is it was a slower one. Pace off by Shafiquddin, and Vedant Bharadwaj waited on it. Watch this. Pace off, the leg spin action. He was in motion early, Vedant Bharadwaj, then waited. You could see that backswing holding on, and then, of course, he timed it fabulously. No fielder there at extra cover, and some 6. And Vedant, even though he's looking, I don't know, not as alert, sort of almost like a little sleepy, if I can say so, he's hit 2 fabulous 6s.
We'll just call it lazy elegance. And again, this time room, he's just bludgeoned that on the offside. No man moved except the one at deep point who's gone there to fetch the ball.
Another sweet shot. The timing on that. Yes, he had room on the offside. Was looking for a big shot. Realized that it wasn't a slot ball. It was shorter. Then just held on to his follow through and ensured that he found the gap. Just brilliance on display, Vedant Bharadwaj.
The good part about that shot, Charu, was that he was looking for timing more than power. Just pinged nicely off the middle of that bat. Nice sound when you listen to it on the stump mic. We've got the benefit of listening to that in the commentary box. And again, this time to the left of the fielder will be 4 more. He's really batting well. Is Vedant Bharadwaj, probably dictating terms to the bowler here.
And yet he's looking like he's under the weather, grimacing. Maybe he's not 100%, we'll find out. But despite being perhaps less than 100%, once again waited on it, gave it direction. And the deep point fielder couldn't do much because of the pace of the delivery. There's no doubt in my mind that Shafiquddin needs to straighten his line. If he keeps bowling outside off, he's gotten a massive taste of the abilities of Vedant, who now practices. Maybe he anticipates he's going to be straighter practicing the pull.
Well, if this is the way he's going to play, if he's less than 100%, I shudder to think what he'd do if he's 100% fit.
I'll tell you, one thing he'll do if he's 100% is not grimace so much. It's like, such a tough day, so hot. Why am I here? Why am I not back home? That's the look he's given. He's got 27 not out from 10.
Well, he's really playing well. 27 of 10. Very nicely bowled. Extremely well bowled. Good comeback from the bowler. Shows the character of Shafiquddin. He's been carted away to all parts of the ground, but he still comes back with something from the top draw.
Yeah, slow bouncer, really. But it was anticipated by Vedant. You remember he was practicing the pull? And I have no doubt that Vedant said, all right, on the offside, he's giving me plenty. Now he's going to come back with a short delivery. Let me play the pull in my mind. But of course, that ball was a shade too high. I think he got a little bit of bat to it, did he? Because otherwise it would have been a wide, certainly above the helmet.
Nicely bowled and nicely played again. Oops! A misfield there at Fine will fetch another boundary. 19 runs of the over. Cruising at this stage are the Royals at 40 for none after 3. Well, a yawning gap between the Warriors and the Royals. They were 25 for 1, and currently the Royals cruising at 40 for none. Thanks to Vedant Bharadwaj, who's 31 of 12 in that partnership of 40. Satwik Deswal. He's probably so far the bowler of the tournament for me. He's really bowled well. 3 for 11. Take a look at that economy coming in the power play. 7 wickets. Just his 4th match. And a really crucial phase or time of the game.
I agree with you. I think he's a quality left-arm leggy. I'm also very impressed with Himanshu Sharma. Himanshu, the right-arm leggy, has done very well. And Satwik, of course, a different kettle of fish. Left-arm leggy is always a little difficult to read them because they're mirror images, and the mind takes a quarter of a second more to say, where's that turning? And of course, he prefers the left-arm wrong-on much more than the left-arm leggy.
There it is, the wrong one, treated with utter disdain. Garwal all over that like a rash. 40 44 now for the Royals.
Yeah, wouldn't you love that kind of a delivery? Very short, half tracker, moving away. Just need to bring your bat down in time. Pretty big gaps on the offside because he hit it so well. No chance for the man at cover. Well, he did put a half-hearted attempt to stick a hand out, but that was traveling very quickly. Now, Sathvik, you've been praised to high heaven by Fazal. Better lengths, please.
Much better. I like the move by Nitin Pranav. He's thrown down the gauntlet to these two out there in the middle. They're going hammer and tongs at everything. So he's thrown them the ace of spades that he has. And he's told his left armour, let's see if you can get one wicket for me. If that's Vedant, well, it'll be really good. Get the single. Under pressure is Sathvik for sure, because they're already 40 when he came on to bowl. Now they're 45 and they're just 128 runs away.
Aditya preferred the sweep, didn't quite connect. Arvind Raj, a short fine, threw a really hard one to Sathvik at the bowling end.
Beaten off the deck is Vedant. He's not easy to get away because most of these batsmen, Charu, I've noticed, they're picking the bowler from after the release and they're not watching the bowler at the point of delivery. So you are going to struggle trying to pick the wrong one. There's the one that comes back into the right-hander.
Yeah, only marginally wide, but that's to keep the batsman honest. Missed his line, did Sathvik. More on central stump, and that would have made a difference. Middle stump, turn it either way.
Well, the invitation was there, not taken by Garwal. They too are pretty circumspect against Sathvik, knowing fully well that they don't want to give the left-arm spinner any wickets early.
Well, if he's short, of course, they'll pump him on the offside. But if he bowls slightly fuller, the two boundary riders are on the leg. A long on and deep mid-wicket for the big hoik.
Well, just didn't get that again. It was quick. Just a couple of seconds. Well, leg by. End of the over. 4 done. 48 for none. Well, that's the camera on the cap of the umpire. Another dimension to the game of T20 cricket. Charu, you like this?
Yeah, I'd like to see the umpire's cap view when there's a leg before call or whatever. We won't need the errors. We'll probably get a pretty good look front on. Well, Sidak now will begin the second over. Got away except for one big six that Aditya Garwal hit when he swept Sidak. He had a pretty quiet over to begin with, and another over during power play for Sidak.
We saw him bowl so well yesterday. Can he repeat the feat today? And he's the one who can get a little bit of turn from this bounce, from this pitch, I beg your pardon, and some bounce as well. That'll be 4. It was a bad delivery, picked early and put away by Garwal. The 50 of the partnership coming up as well.
That was struck really hard. Slightly short, moving away on the offside with the spin. And how well did Garwal play that? Cut it really hard, was in the air for a short while and spinning away from the cover fielder. Is that the captain himself? Yep, it was Nitin Pranab. Didn't give it a big dive, just stuck his hand out and the ball spun away for a boundary. Garwal enjoying his highest score in the tournament so far, the skipper.
Well, yes, he's looked good when he's come out to bat, but it's just that he's thrown it away after a couple of good hits. Well, now he's got the opportunity to take his time. Now that Vedant is cruising, he can take his time, get set, and then explode to the back end.
Just a comparison of the two. The OAW Court Warriors have started very slowly and lost a wicket by now, but these guys are 20 runs ahead, no wicket lost. The Gennett Yanam Royals, they're looking very, very good indeed. Favourites for the moment to chase 173. Let's keep the run-outs out of this, boys.
We just saw that the Yanam Royals have played really well through the tournament so far. They've been unlucky on a couple of occasions, but it's their catching that's let them down, really. Nicely bowled. A dock delivery to end the over, 5 runs off it. Chasing 172. The Royals are in complete control. 53 for none after 5.
The Royals are 53 for no loss in 5 overs. A good opening partnership from both these batters. Good to see Aditya Garwal. He's built at 17 runs. We haven't seen him among the runs, and today is a different scenario altogether. Vedant on the other end is also very consistent as a batter. Dot ball here. Good start from Sathwik. And this is here Thirush Kamni joining alongside Ajay Malhotra. Hello, welcome, Paji. Beg your pardon, Ajay Mehra.
Thank you so much, Thirush. Yes, you're right, absolutely. It's a good opportunity for Garwal. He's a good batter. Good experience. He has to come good once again, scampering for the single here. Sathwik, he's been really good with the ball. He's a wicket taker. He's really landed the ball in the right areas. Very consistent in his line and lane. But just the kind of start the Yanam Royals required in this run chase. Bowled beautifully. I remember against the strikers, picking up those 3 wickets. Oh, going over the top. Lovely strike. What a shot, that one. As they say, the most difficult shot in the manuals, going over the cover area for a maximum. Brilliant timing from Vedant.
Great connection here. The minute he knew the ball was in the slot. Good use of the hands. Didn't even look like he had given a lot of power. Sure timing. Just that extension of the arm. Deposited it into the stands. With that 6, they also get the highest power play score, which is so instrumental in making this chase so much easier for them. And the required run rate is only 7 runs, which means that there's a beautiful base that's set here.
Sometimes, Thirush, you see the footwork and how sure he is. Just see the front foot down the track, just making room, not going to the pitch of the ball. He's playing away so that he can make room for himself. So he wants to play uppish. Beautifully done. They're lovely hands as well from Vedant. He's been really spot on so far. He's batted beautifully. The timing has been good. He's got the start. And this is the kind of start the Royals required, because Once every three is not a small score they are chasing. Yes, as far as the Warriors were concerned, the fact that the innings they did pretty well, but now it's there's the resources they have in the bowling department that have to do the job for them. Just altering his length because the earlier delivery that was carved in for a six was a bit fuller, so just altering his length, Sathwik, and that's good thinking as well. Last ball of the power play coming up.
Was given an opportunity today, Sathwik. Generally, we see him come after the power play. Today, we see him come into the power play because of the need of getting the wicket. Man on screen. Thought, and just 7 runs coming off the over. Power play done, 60 for no loss.
The score comparison after 6 overs, 49 for 2, the Warriors. They were in a bit of spot of bother because they lost the 2 wickets early. But Royals are looking really comfortable. They haven't lost a wicket. All the 10 wickets in the bank for them. 60 for no loss. Lovely conditions to bat on. Beautiful venue this. This is going to be a really intriguing game as well. Going to be Krishna Pandey now, who did a terrific job with the bat. Now he's got to do the job with the ball as well. Krishna Pandey, 6 wickets for him in his PPL career, 2 for 22 being his best. Economy is just on the higher side, 9.52. Because it's not the PCS, Hiroshi has got to rely on those variations, which are going to be really important for him. Aditya Garwal, he's on strike now. The skipper. Nicely played, just packing around the corner, but the power play really has gone in favour of the Yarnam Royals. They've batted well, they've got those runs. It's been really this opening pair that's complemented each other.
Major contributions coming from Vedant. He made sure he took that initiative and he's carrying that form from previous inning. Very, very consistent, playing those conventional cricket shots. The good thing is he's making sure that he stays as long as possible. The other positive is obviously Aditya, the captain, joining in the party, making sure that they registered the highest power play for them this season. You had mentioned about Krishna Pandey. It's not somebody who's not somebody who relies heavily on the pace, but a lot of variations. I think that's a reason why he's come after the power play. Generally, you see bowlers bowling in this middle phase where they've focused a lot on their variations.
Very interesting field because he's got 4 boundary riders on the onside. He's got a long on deep mid wicket. A deep square leg, and then there's a fielder at almost at long on as well, and a short fine in play. So it's a ring of fielders of reason because he's just bowling. He's got, but now I think it's going to be important for him. That just bowls in that channel as well. Doesn't give much room also the line of ball stump. The batters to free their mouths because both the batters have done pretty well on the offside. They look to be really good drivers of a cricket ball, Aditya Garwal and Vedant.
Just a single for the first 4 deliveries. Just managed to get that single going. At the start of this over, the required run rate was somewhere around 7. Now it's slowly moving to that 8-run mark. What's more important, like you rightly mentioned, I think it's very important to understand the field positions and play accordingly. Because the field that is right now taken, Krishna Pandey, he does not have the leverage to go outside the off stump. He has to be within the stumps.
That's exactly what he's doing, Thirush. That's exactly what he's doing. Really good delivery, the last one. Bowling within the stumps, varying his pace as well. Even as a set batter, you can't do too much. And that's the clever bowling, intelligent bowling. Just see the change of pace, back of the hand delivery. But just see the line as well, exactly on the middle stump. And that's the reason as a batter, you want to get that single as well, at least rotate the strike. Not able to do so on that occasion. Aditya Agarwal. Really good stuff there. This contest is really building up at the moment between Garwal and Krishna Pandey. That's in the air, and it'll be taken as well. We just mentioned this contest is building up, and it's won by Pandey now, because the skipper has to go back. Anant Raj was the fielder, making no mistake at deep cover. Takes it to a nicety, although it was well hit, well struck, but straight to the fielder.
Just having a look at the dismissal again. The trap was set, bowled those slower deliveries, and the next one immediately he gave it a little outside. Garwal was a little too ambitious and hit straight to the fielder. Arvind Raj took a fantastic catch. That Pandey has done the job so very well. Gets the first breakthrough. Aditya has to walk back for a 20, 64 for 1.
Important wicket picked up by Pandey. Last ball, previous over. That was a really good over from him. Started off pretty well, just conceding 4 runs and getting the important wicket of the skipper, Aditya Agarwal. 7 overs done, Royal 64 for 1. Really slight pressure now because they're chasing 173. It's not a small score they are chasing. There's a signal for the impact sub. Oh, like that. He has his own ways. Parth Vagani, well, he's out now. And comes Parameswaran. So they added more depth to the batting with Parameswaran coming in. He's a good batter. He's really batted well. Remember last season as well.
And this will be a very, very good partnership. Parameswaran, who's come in as an impact player, has got a 65 the previous match. So he's an able batter and he's come in number 3. And they've also had a good partnership. The same batters, Vedant and Parameswaran, were very instrumental, making sure the Yanam Royals got to 188. Obviously, they didn't go on to win the game. They were able to post that score. Arvind Raj played 14 games, slightly higher on the economy rate, a best of 3 for 35. Also took the catch off the previous dismissal.
Technically very sound. Parameswaran is the impact sub, who's come in place of Parth. But you see, remember last season as well, the first season of PPL batted well. He's got runs behind, technically very sound. He knows how to go about. 167 runs in all in 13 matches. But definitely he's got to improve on that because he has to be more consistent. In all odd innings, he's played well, strike rate as well. He's got to improve on that. He's a good lad. He's a good batter. But I think, he was a captain of Royals last season. This year, he's the vice captain. Last year, he was captaining. He was leading the Yarn Royals. And just the way he bats, I think he's got the ability to convert those stars that he gets into big scores. Just that he doesn't do that regularly. He's taken the review here. Not very happy with that. The wide was given. Original decision was the wide.
Who is acting as a captain? Tell me now.
Yeah, as a bowler, you can't say because the captain has to take the review. Yeah, the captain has to do the job. That's exactly what the umpire is telling the bowler. You on your own can't take the review.
It's a fat delivery. Can we move the front on, please? Copy. The ball is within the white guideline. It's not a white. The ball is clearly passing within the white guideline. You need to reverse your original decision now.
Yeah, that's a good review. That's a good review because he reversed inside the guideline. Really a good review there taken by Anand Raj. Of course, Nitin Pranav, he's not there, so Sidak is the skipper now, the man in charge of the proceedings.
A good-looking shot there for a single. We're also seeing the Vedant being very, very consistent. Obviously, I really don't want to preamp anything here. But he has shown a lot of consistency because this format is generally very, very difficult for a batter to be very consistent. But we're seeing this is the third time Vedant has crossed that 30 mark. Obviously, he's got 50s of the first two innings. He goes on to get a 50 this innings, which means he's got 3 consecutive 50s. In fact, the second game he scored 85. Could have also crossed that 3-figure mark, which means as a batter, it gives you a great deal of confidence. And it also gives an image to the people sitting in the dugout that as long as I'm there, things are taken care.
Yeah, just the fact that after losing Aditya Agarwal, they can't be playing too many dot deliveries because already this innings, 23 dot deliveries as compared to the Cord Warriors playing 44. So that percentage is getting a bit higher as well. Yeah, that's much better. Turn the strike. We'll pick up another single. 8 overs done. 68 for 1. Kings, they have been on a roll. Hat-trick of wins for them on 6 points, leading the points table. They've done pretty well. Whitetown Legends playing this evening. They're on 4 points. Accord Warriors at number 3 with the points table. And Yanam Royals at number 6. That's because, of course, they won that one game. But the net run rate is the lowest for them. Of course, this evening we have another game. Whitetown Legends taking on the Mahimakalu Strikers. That's going to be an important game as well. On the rise, lovely shot. That's a stunning shot, glorious shot in the gap. Beautifully done by Parmeswaran. That's the reason I mentioned Tiroj, that he's such an exciting prospect, such a good batter.
Definitely a delightful looking shot. Cleared his front leg, good use of the hands. The shoulder in position, just got on top of the bounce and made sure he was able to get that angle right and place it between those two fielders. The beauty of the shot is obviously the connection. The second of all is giving it the good direction that is required. Just after the shot, we see a change in field. The mid-off drops back to long off.
Bowled that first over pretty well, Krishna Pandey. We mentioned that he's not the paciest, but has to run variations. Got the wicket of Aditya Agarwal. Vedant, of course, he's the man in form. He's batted well this season. Once again, getting the start. A lot will depend on him. The onus will be on him. He's going to be the key batter here. He's got to continue for his side. Because when you're chasing something over 150, you need at least one batter to play a big innings. And if one batter can do that, Tirosh becomes much more easier. The other batters can just revolve around him.
Definitely a valid point, especially when you're chasing such huge targets. You need one of those batters to stay as long as possible, or even better if they can be unbeaten, because that gives a leverage for the batters to come in, to free their arms and play those natural cricket. Just that single coming. 3 singles in this over and a boundary. But this is a special knock from Vedant, where he managed to get 85 of 62. The way that he was striking was incredible. Just looked like he was so confident. And especially look at that sweep shot that he played. It didn't look like he was looking at the direction, always looking at the ball, eyes on the ball. And then packed it with a punch as the innings went forward. Very unfortunate that he missed on to that 3-figure mark.
Yeah, but he's been really the batter in form. Once again, captaining for the quick single there. Good understanding between Vedanta and Parameswaran. The innings was really good, but he's done a really good job with the bat. 35, 85 for Vedant Bhardwaj, then 55. He's been the Mr. Consistent for this side. Really, every match getting those starts, already getting 2 50s under his belt. The top score being 85, nearing another 50 here against the Warriors. Going to be a dot ball to end the over. 9 overs done, 76 for 1, the Royals. The next game coming up, yes, both the teams are just walking into the stadium now. Mahamagola Strikers, they take on the White Town Legends in match number 11. It's going to be at this beautiful venue, 76-01 at this stage for the Royals. They need a few tight overs. Arvind Raj, the first over was pretty good. Took a review as well against a wide that went in his favor. Experienced bowler Arvind Raj. Even from the other end, Tirosha Krishna Pandey has done a good job. Important phase, because if they can get the wicket of Vedant, and we've seen how he's batted throughout the tournament, that's going to be a really important one. Because at the moment, Janam Roy is really relying very heavily on Vedant Bhardwaj, his abilities with the bat.
Hit that straight for a single. One of the things that the Accord Warriors have done is, generally during space, we see a lot of spinners come into action. They've done something very different here. They've gone with Krishna Dutt Pandey and Arvind Raj. And today the stand-in captain is Siddhak. Because of some concern, we don't get to see Pranav to lead the side while they're fielding. But we have the experienced Siddhak. And now Nitin is back. Until last over, it was Siddhak who was the stand-in captain.
Oh, going over the top. That's a clean strike. That's a lovely strike from Parameswaran. Another boundary for him, playing beautifully, knew exactly where the fielder was, the bit off field inside the circle, just going over the top. And also the fact Arvind Raj just bowling a touch fuller, just in the slot. All the change of pace as well, but beautifully done there from Parameswaran, getting his second boundary.
Definitely not the kind of ball you'd want to bowl when you have your mid-off inside. You've got to be very, very careful. You have to be very sharp and making sure that you bowl to your field, and that's where Arvind Raj has missed his ploy, because of which they get a boundary. Every single time we see the boundary goes over mid-off, and then there's a change in field. The long off drops back. See,
the captain and the bowler, they have to be on the same page. Because once you know that you have a mid-off in, then you have to be bowling back of length. You can't be bowling further up. And that's the mistake that Anvid Raj made, because he has the captain in his back. Nitin, he just had a word with him just before the start of the over. And once you have the fielder in, the length has to be a bit altered as well, because you give him the slot makes it much more easier for any good batter to just go with the top. And that's exactly what Parameswaran did, getting a boundary under his belt. It's very important that the captain and the bowler be on the same page. Lastly, playing it on the onside. Ran the first one hard. We just settled for one. Good work done there. The fielder just coming in, charging in.
And also what I find it very hard to believe is Arvind Raj has taken field for multiple deliveries that he wants to bowl. He's got a point. He's got a deep square leg for those back of length deliveries. And he's also got that long on, long off and a deep mid wicket, which means he's taken protection for those fuller deliveries and those back of length deliveries. As a bowler, you definitely can't do that. You have to have a very clear set of game plan before bowling those deliveries. So you have to be very, very careful. This over is worth 7 runs. Dot ball to finish. In spite of having a boundary, this turned out to be a very good over. 7 runs off it, halfway through, 83 for 1.
Welcome back to this Capsicum Stadium here in Pondicherry. It's the second edition of the Sri Ram Capital Pondicherry Premier League 2025. Match number 10. Osudu Warriors got 172 for 6. Electing to bat after winning the toss. Pandey, 61 brilliant runs for him. And in reply, are cruising at 83 for 1. Vedant on 45. And Parameswaram, the impact sub on 13. Royals need 90 runs from 60 deliveries. I'm Fazal Khalil. Very good afternoon, Ashok Malhotra.
Good afternoon, Fazal. They're cruising as of now, the Royals. But you got Satvik to bowl. Can he turn the magic on? That's how he brought Warriors back yesterday. They need a few wickets if they want to put the brakes on Royals. But Vedant is batting beautifully so far. Oh, that's up in the air, up in the air. Luckily, fell short of the fielder. He's not bowling as well as he was bowling yesterday. He's not found his rhythm so far. Either he's a bit intimidated by Vedant, I wouldn't know. But Satvik, he bowled magnificently yesterday. Look at that. It's a juicy full toss, which surprised Vedant. But anyway, no harm done.
Well, absolutely spot on, Paji. I did get the feeling that Satvik was not in his element this afternoon like he was in the matches gone by. He was really dictating the terms to the batsmen, and here he's giving far too many loose deliveries, which till now they've not encashed on, but it's not going to be very long before Vedant, who's batting on 46, sends them into orbit.
He's batted beautifully, Vedant. Sensibly, beautifully. And he knows he has to bat 20 overs. He's not rushing things. But when there is need of heart, then he smashes the ball out of the park. And you rightly said. Oh, that's nicely bowled. Very well bowled. But I'm still very impressed with Satvik. Honestly, he's rarity. He tosses the ball up. He bowls leg spinners. He bowls googlies. He bowls top spinners. He's got all the variety in his armory. And he seems to be a wonderful, wonderful prospect.
Well, yes, I am certainly impressed by him. Can he pick up a wicket? That's the wrong one. Just didn't pick it. He played it after it had left the bowler's hand.
You picked it sitting in the com box. And he didn't pick it because it is not, you don't watch it from the hand. Even if when it's in the air, the seam is going the other way around. For leg spinner, it's It's different, and for Googly it is different. We used to look in the air. The moment it tosses the ball up, but it's a different world nowadays. It's a different level of cricket, different format of cricket. Although Vedant Bhardwaj is batting like a champ in this tournament so far.
There again, this is the leg spin, having a go at the non-striker's end. But what's the key, as a fantastic player yourself at your time, what was the key to playing spin, Paji?
I don't know about the others, but I used to step out from ball one. I never played from within the crease because now I can tell everybody I was scared of the silly mid-off. So I used to take him out of the play. That's nicely bowled. That is what his bowling is all about. A Googly beaten all lines are up. Parmeshwar. After 11, 88 for 1, Royals.
The ammunition, they have the time, and they have their best player out there in the middle, Vedant Bhardwaj. Now it will be the other left arm spin of Siddharth Gurvinder Singh. He's the more orthodox of the two. No mean bowler himself. He picked up quite a few wickets in his PPL career. Nicely played into the vacant spaces. They still have the time to just prime themselves for that onslaught in the end.
They don't have to go for onslaught. They have to play sensibly. They'll be through. What the Warriors desperately need is wickets. They need a couple of wickets. They to put pressure on Royals. If the way Royals are batting, the way Vedant is batting, the way Parmeshwaran is batting, I think they'll be walking home. Look at that. Cut beautifully. But he's bowling very well, Siddharth. Although he went for 25 in the first over yesterday.
Bowling, yaar. Come on now, Siddharth now.
Well, yes, absolutely. Parmeshwaran, the impact player, 15. In his partnership, has just touched 25 with Vedant, who's batting on 49. Trying to get that big hit going, but not really good looking. But if you want something good looking, here it is. The Citroen Basalt is India's first mass market coupe SUV. If you are after a compact SUV and want to make heads turn, this is the car to go after. Ashok Paji, I can clearly see you in that car as Vedant celebrates his third consecutive half century in the PPL 2025. And what a player he's turning out to be.
Batting like a dream. And he's batting sensibly. He's not rushing things. He takes his time, but he knows when he can accelerate. And especially in the last 5-6 overs, he really goes for it. Vedant Bhardwaj completes his third 50 of just 34 deliveries, mind you. He's been very consistent, not only with his runs, but a good straw. Look at that. Look at that. It is in the orbit. It has gone out of the park. It was in the slot. And Parmeshwaran, we know, can hit big. Look at that. A wonderful, wonderful hitting by Parmeshwaran. Partnership worth 33. Look at it. It was in the slot. It was in the slot, and definitely, they say if it is in his arc, it is going to go out of the park. And it has gone out of the park.
Nicely played, very deft, very alert, and with silken grace gets a boundary this time. We saw him bludgeon the ball on the onside, and now with that grace, he gets a 4 to third man. 12 done, the 100 coming up, 101 for 1.
After 12, 101 for 2. The first 50 came of just 26 deliveries. This is how they use the power play. And the second one has come at a good time, 46. But still almost runnable. That is the need of the hour. They're batting beautifully, both Vedant and Parmeshwaran. They're complementing each other. And running very well between the wickets. Vedant, let's say the better about him. He has been phenomenal in this tournament so far. That's nicely played. What I like about these two batters is they playing Satvik more as a googly bowler than a leg spinner, which is not a bad ploy. And if you look at Vedant Bhardwaj, 35 in the first game, 85 in the second, 55 in the third, and 51 in the fourth. So he has come good almost in every innings.
Well, just didn't pick that. We were talking about them playing the googlies well. No ball. Oh, jeez. It's criminal to see a left-arm spinner or a spinner bowl a no ball on the front foot. I'm presuming it's on the front foot. And the free hit as well. Oh, it's a big no ball. Big no ball. Well, he's got the opportunity to go big, Parmeshwaran. There it is. That's gone all the way. A nice little gift from Satvik, who's having a nightmare today. And Parmeshwaran, who played so well yesterday, scored 65 or 43, is in prime form this afternoon as well.
Look at that. Half-tracker, rock back and smashed over. Look at it, how short it is. It might be a googly. Googly or leg spin doesn't really matter if you bowl that short. Batsman has ample time to rock back and smash you over. And that is exactly what he did. That's nicely played. That's the length you need to be bowling, Satvik. But he's a youngster. He'll learn. You have good days and you have bad days.
Well, certainly he will. And what he needs to learn is that I think when he bowls the leg break, Paji, he needs to give it a little bit more air. And I think that's where he's holding himself back. And when he bowls the wrong arm like that, he pushes it through, not giving the batsman too much time. That's why he relies more on the wrong arm than the leg break.
He's definitely one for the future. You know, look at that. The wrong one. And how big it is turning. It's turning square. And for somebody like Parmeshwaran, who is in a good nick, who's batting on 32, he doesn't have a clue. He hasn't, but you're spot on that he should be giving a little bit more air. Again, that short of length ball, which gives the batter ample time to rock back. He has not been able to find his length today.
We're just trying to push it a little too quick, dropping it short and paying the price. Still, his figures not too bad. He's just one shy of 4 overs, 26 runs for him. Can he pick up this wicket? That's in the air. There is a man straight to him, and wicket for Satvik Deswal. Exactly what they required has been delivered on the last ball of his spell.
Satvik is a wicket taker. Today, although he was not in his prime, he did not bowl as well as he normally can. But in the last ball, he turned the tide in favor. This is a wicket. It's a googly. He didn't pick it again. He tried to play it on the onside, but straight to the fielder who made no mistake. Look at him, gleefully accepting it. Parmeshwar out for 32, 109 for 2 after 13 Royals.
departed to the last ball of his spell, Satvik Deswal. Well, Tarun Sanapoyina, this fourth match for him, 57, 36, that best came in the last game. Still early days for him. Strike rate needs to get better when he's batting on the top of the order. Well, he's got his job cut out for sure. They need 64 or 42. And Shafiquddin it would be from the hello wires and cable end. Nicely played, brilliantly played. Situational awareness, knew exactly where the fielders were. He has the power, but he uses his the finesse as well.
Vedant has been a treat to watch. Look at that. A short ball. He just waited and played late and bisected the shot. Third and a point fielder. No chance for anybody. He is taking Shafiquddin to cleaners. He has taken a liking to Shafiquddin's bowling. Shafiquddin has also seems to be a little bit off color. Before that, he was bowling brilliantly, bowling quick, changing the pace, wearing his base. But like Satvik, even Shafiquddin is a little bit off color. So gone for 23 of 1.1 overs. First over went for 19. He hasn't recovered from that shock so far. That's nicely played. Only a single. But Vedant has been very, very, very impressive.
Absolutely. I'll just add another very to that. It's a very, 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 and I'll say another very impressive is Vedant Bhardwaj. 56, his third consecutive 50 of the tournament. His third consecutive 50 of the tournament. And when he's batting, it seems like he's batting on a completely different surface to most of the others.
And with a different mindset. की बरसात करनी है उनको पता कि मैं पूरे अगर मैं 20 ओवर खेलूंगा तो रन बनेंगे, रन बोर्ड पे बनेंगे. एक तरफ खूंटा काट के खड़े हैं, एक छोर संभाल के खड़े, और फिर उनको अंदाजा है कि मैं अगर विकेट पे रहूंगा तो रन बनेंगे. मेरे इर्द गिर्द पूरी रॉयल्स की बल्लेबाजी घूम सकती है. बहुत बढ़िया बल्लेबाजी करते हुए वेदांत, अगर मैं कहूँ तो बड़ी सूझबूझ के साथ, अच्छी मानसिकता के साथ, और कहीं ना कहीं दिशा दिखाई है बाकी ओपनिंग बल्लेबाजों को. चाहे जशवंत की बात करें तो निश्चित रूप से एक दिशा दिखाई है वेदांत ने इस टूर्नामेंट में बाकी सब बल्लेबाजों को. Especially the Warriors. And although they won last night, but again today they've been found wanting. The moment Jashwant got out, although Pandey brought them back into the game, but still 172, the kind of wicket it is, might not be good enough. It is not even par total. The way these guys are. Nicely played off his legs, wonderfully played. Only a single. He's complimenting Vedant. Tarun is batting very, very well. He had played a good knock in the last game.
Well, yes, the required run rate is hovering around the 9 mark, so they need to get a boundary or two every now and then. Perhaps a boundary every over will ease the pressure, won't create pressure on the batsman to follow as well. If Vedant gets out and they still need those 9 runs and over, it will become increasingly difficult for the batsman coming in. Nice delivery, excellent comeback, good way to end the over. 14 done, requiring another 56. The Royals are 117 for 2. Well, the Lone Ranger there on top, 57 of 39. He's got the starts, have the Royals, Garwal and Parmeshwaran. But now they really need to help Vedant and not cause any errors on his part by not taking those singles, getting that odd boundary. You don't want to create more pressure than there already is.
If you look at the Royals batting, everybody is rallied around Vedant. If Vedant is batting on 37, Garwala scored 20, 32 by Parmeshwar. So everybody is rallied around him. You know, although he is holding holding four from one end, but others are rallied around. That's nicely played. That's what you need to do. You don't need to do anything silly. You just hang around. You try to play 20 overs, you'll be across the line. And Royals, last match, after scoring 188, they lost the game. So for them, they have a good batting lineup. That shows, especially with Vedant in his prime touch.
Well, yes, so it all depends now on the way Vedant shepherds the side to these 55 runs of 35 balls. Just doing it in singles, keeping it simple, perhaps taking it, like you always keep saying, Paji, take it to the very end. The last couple of overs is when you can really get anything.
कहते हैं ना, जितना आप गहराई तक जाते हो उतना तैरना आसान हो जाता। तो जितना आप गहराई तक जाएंगे उतना आपके लिए आसान हो जाएगा। और विकेट्स ऐसे हैं फजल की, जितना देर आप विकेट पे रहते हैं बल्लेबाजी आसान होती चली जाती है, शॉट्स आते चले जाते हैं, क्योंकि विकेट बल्लेबाजी के लिए काफी आसान। ऑन द लाइन आप खेल सकते हैं, थ्रू द लाइन आप खेल सकते हैं। शॉर्ट लेंथ बॉल, 4 रन। एक बार फिर हाफ ट्रैक का पांडे, जिन्होंने चौके छक्कों की बरसात लगाई थी और इज गेटिंग द टेस्ट ऑफ हिज ओन बैट। हाफ ट्रैकर और तरुण ने कमाल का पुल कर दिया, 4 रन।
Well, yes, take a look at this. It was in the slot, but you still had to put it away and just waiting for it, rocking back onto that back foot and picking the fielders, just bisecting them totally. Square leg and the mid-wicket fielders were just about a few yards away from the ball. Couldn't get to it. 9.09, the required run rate. Well, he's got the opportunity to take the review, and he's taken it.
TV umpire to director. We have a player's review for white ball. Check. Copy it, copy it. Okay, it's a fair delivery.
Krishnadat Pandey, who batted so well earlier in the afternoon, 1 for 18, and he's in his third over. He'll pick up the single. Will they look at coming for 2? Just satisfied with the single.
और बड़ी आसानी से खेल रहे हैं, बड़ी सहजता से खेल रहे हैं दोनों ही बल्लेबाज। चाहे आप तरुण की बात करें, वेदांत की बात करें, वेदांत तो ऐसा लगता है कि बिल्कुल जैसे जम से गए, अपना बिस्तर बिछा दिया उन्होंने। He's sleeping on the wicket. और डेफिनेटली जब इस तरह का एक छोर संभाल के कोई खेलता है तो फिर रन आते ही 170 180 बनने की पूरी संभावना रहती और वेदांत वही करते हुए लक्ष्य का पीछा करते हुए भी और अच्छा कलाइयों का उपयोग, धीमी गति की गेंद थी, रन केवल एक ही मिलेगा। 15 के बाद 125 पर 2 रॉयल्स।
The Warriors getting to 172, a late acceleration thanks to Krishna Pandey, a fine 61 not out. Sandeep and Pranay, Sandeep particularly, the left arm leg bowling really well, left arm off spinner bowling really well, a new addition to their team. And in reply, the Janet Yanam Royals are well on their way. An interesting equation, 48 from 30, looks easy, particularly because there are 8 wickets in hand. So there's plenty to spare on the pitch and in the dugout. But still, if the wickets fall, it could make a difference. Up, over, and taken. As soon as we walked in, Vedant, what have you done? And Arvind Raj, who'd given only 11 runs from 2 overs earlier, now picks up a wicket. As I said, he was very expensive in the past, but today coming good for his team again. And the well-set man, Vedant, walks back to the pavilion looking quite upset with himself. Bottom of the bat. I'm Charu Sharma, delighted to have Tirush Kamini with me. Tirush, there he is. I think just can get the sweet part of the bat.
Good evening. Thank you very much. But not the right side for the Yanam Royals. Huge wicket of Vedant. He has to walk back for a 59. The Royals are 125 for 3.
I suppose it's never a good time to lose your wicket. Certainly not a very good time for Vedant to have gone because he was completely in control. Prem Raj walks in, decent strike rate, a best of 35, anywhere close to his best today, and he will be playing a big hand in winning this match for his team. But Vedant going at this time, Tirush. I know he'll be gutted, but terrible for the team. Now, new guy's got to go in, get set all over again. The other one's pretty new himself, Tarun. Only 6 deliveries played so far.
I think that's where they missed a trick here. Vedant should have continued, maybe given the strike to Tarun and asked him to go after the bowler. Arvind Raj has been very good today. The first over, he was expensive, but the second over was very good. And the third over, he started very well. Having a look at the dismissal again. Just in this slot, in spite of having a long on fielder, decided to go take that aerial route. A good catch in the end by Satish Jahangir.
Well, there's an indication that they were checking the no ball. It has been checked, and we do have a no ball. Prem Raj has just walked in, so I wonder if he'll be able to take full toll of the free hit. But it is an opportunity for him to swing big straight away. There's a look. Yeah, distinctly over the line, very clearly. Okay, Arvind Raj, that's not good news. Now, Prem Raj. High full toss, struck away, and oh, off the palm, a 6. Jahangir again taking a wonderful catch. That was easy. Now running to his right, stuck his hand out and palmed it over the boundary line. The 6.
I know it sound a little harsh if I go on to say this, but he could have just left that ball. It would have bounced within the boundary cushions. Would have definitely been a boundary. But Jahangir just glided that ball, gave it a direction, and deflected that ball for a 6.
Well, He and his teammates are not going to be amused, especially Nitin Pranav, the skipper. So 6 off the free hit. Expensive by Arvind Raj, that no ball. And the pull. So Prem Raj has suddenly been able to open his arms because of that free hit. And is beginning to look good already. Tarun, also a handsome 4 with the pull earlier on. And they know that they are pretty close to that 173, just 40 runs away, 27 balls. Will have to favor the batting team highly. They have lost the well set Vedant, but still 7 wickets. Plenty of time.
And also the left and right combination going, it can be difficult for Arvind Raj. He's having a look at the umpire. A wide will be signaled. Just talking about how good Arvind Raj was until this over had started. But it's turning out to be very expensive.
Yeah, they've gone for an appeal. This time, I think, from the fielding side. There we go. We'll take another quick look. Arvind Raj trying a pace-off delivery.
Director,
just a shade too far.
We have a player's review for white. Satisfied it is a fair delivery. Can we move the front motion, please? One frame forward, please. One more frame. The ball is clearly passing wide of the striker as passes the striker. It's a clear wide. You can stay with your original position of wide.
Appeal lost by the fielding side. I think Arvind Raj was very keen that that white should not be credited to him. Looked at the umpire beseechingly, then looked at his wicket keeper as well, saying, "Come on, somebody support me here. That's not a wide." I got news for you, Arvind Raj. That was, as proven by technology. Okay, as Tirusha said, now keep it together. Arvind Raj, you bowled really well the first 2 overs, giving only 11. This one already 9. In the slot. Do they look for 2? They should. We haven't seen too many 2s, Tirush. This, of course, an easy double. A lot of the batsmen I've seen haven't really pushed the outfielders into taking quick doubles.
So far in the tournament, like you rightly put it, I find it very difficult to understand why the batters don't really initiate getting that single and double going. Singles, yes, but not the double going. They focus a lot on playing those explosive shots. Got to put that pressure.
Yeah, played well in front of square. Not much pace today, Arvind Raj, or was that slightly pace off? Nevertheless, very easily handled by Prem Raj.
One of the reasons why we don't...
Beg your pardon, Tarun.
And one of the reasons we see... We don't see a lot of 2s from the batter is it could also be because of the lack of recovery, because they were playing double headers every single day. Could take a toll on the batters and the fielding side.
Oh, down leg. You're not going to appeal against that, are you, Arvind Raj? That's another wide. A little wayward, this third over of his. You make a good point about recovery, and therefore, of course, difficult because also very warm conditions, although a lot of those who live in Pondichery will probably be used to the heat. I also think one additional factor is that 65 yards is not huge. So if it were 70, I think they would have gotten a little bit of extra time to try and get the 2. But sometimes the ball does get to the outfield very quickly when it's 65 yards. Turned away, and that 2 will only be a single. So 14 runs off this Arvind Raj over, and the Janet Yanam Royals move inexorably to their total of 173 that they need, 139 for 3. Oh, another no ball check. Arvind Raj has come apart in this over. No ball to begin with. We'll check once again, Tirush. Not over yet. Okay, it's given us a fair delivery. Let's settle for 139 for 3.
Selection, sir. Same minute.
Newman at the crease for the Jened Yanam Royals. But if they display a little bit of calm, they are still middle order batsmen or top order even. They can easily get to that 173. Sidak comes in. I remember his 25-run over, was it yesterday when he opened during the power play? Today he was far more sedate. 25 from 3 overs so far. A very straight line.
So want to bowl is a final over. Like you rightly mentioned, yes, yesterday was slightly more on the expensive side. First over was belted for 25 runs and looked like there was no coming back for him yesterday. But today things can be a little different. Would want to finish it well. I'll be interested between the contest between Tarun and Sidak.
Yep, that's the big one. Very full Sidak, not allowing Tarun to get underneath that. Still pretty decent on drive, only for a single. And this, of course, is a tougher battle. Prem Raj, having just come in, will have to deal with the clever left-arm orthodox. Only 2 outside on the offside. Oh, was that an edge given? Trying to drive that. But the ball, a little bit of turn, and Sidak gets his reward. Well bowled.
Just when we were get a feeling Prem Raj was doing well, he snaked that one. And there's none other than Sidak who comes in, delivers. Yesterday we were just talking about how expensive he was, but this is a beautiful delivery. Drifted in and just spun after it hit the surface. Always a dream delivery for left-arm spinner. Prem Raj has to walk back for 941 for 4.
Given again. And I wonder if there was an inside edge. It sounded like that to me. And he's very quickly gone upstairs because I could make out those 2 sounds. The umpire's just asking everybody to calm down here. We're going to go upstairs, use technology to see. That was pretty adjacent to the stumps, but I suspect there was a bit of bat in it. We'll see.
Front footed. Okay, it's a fair delivery. Can we move the front on mission, please? The ball is passing close to the bat. Can we have Nixon's, please?
I'd be interested about what happens next because he had already taken off and there was a shy of the home strike was in. Imagine if that hit the stumps. He was out on it. So I don't know if he was at fault. The umpire was at fault.
Okay, forward. Okay. There is a clear spike as the ball passes the bat. Bat involved. There is a clear.
Yep, we'll have to reverse that. I could hear the nick from here, Tirush. Big nick. And of course, Praveen went straight up. I don't know why there was some altercation near the pitch, but Sedak could have had 2 in 2. He gets away with it. Just that bottom of the bat nick. And of course, they did take the single as well. There was the potential of a run out too. You were very interested in that, Tirush. Back to that later.
It's turning out to be a very good over here. She's given about 2 runs. 17 done, 141 for 4.
Three overs left. Is there a twist in the tail late in this match? Luckily, Praveen survived, but of course there was no run there because the decision was given, so he had to go back. And then with 18 deliveries left, 32 to get, and 6 wickets in hand, Tirush, I would still favour the batting team. Unfortunately, they have a new man in with Praveen, and it'll have to be Tarun, the lefty at the crease now, who'll have to take the lead and bat carefully. Moving away to leg. I don't think that was high enough. He was on the crouch, Tarun.
The umpire signals 1 for the over. And it's also very clear that he's going to bowl those backup line deliveries because he's got a deeper point and a deep square leg. He's got that mid-off and mid-on inside. This is going to be a very interesting matchup. He has to come and do something different here. I'll be very curious to see what he's going to do, how he's going to respond.
Well, Swat set down, but only for a single. Shafiq was pretty expensive in his first over. Bowling his third now, already given 27 runs in 2 overs today. And that's it for the over in terms of short deliveries. So it'll be either length or fuller. And Praveen surely and Tarun know that now.
He's got a best of 21. He's managed to get 71 runs. Strike rate of 103. He'd want to better that today because his stream requires 11 runs per over. To be very precise, 31 runs of 16 deliveries. So he has to do something different here. The fine leg comes inside the 30 yards. 3 boundary risers on the onside. Decides to go on the onside for a single. This is a very good over so far here.
Yes, it is. And of course, after those 2 short deliveries, we knew it was going to be full, and it was by Shafiq. Praveen couldn't quite find more bat on it, just an inside edge. Going towards the left of fine leg, who still, for the lefty coming in also, the fine leg. There's a deep backward point. Slightly fine. Of course, they've got a short third as well. Didn't quite catch it from the best part of the bat. But Tarun gets a single. As long as the scoreboard's moving, I don't think they'll feel too much pressure. But the 29 from 14 indicates 2 runs a ball. And they will get a few loose deliveries, which they must put away.
I get a feeling that Tarun missed the previous delivery. Should have definitely allowed it a little bit more because there's a vacant space between the long on and the deep mid wicket. He should have cashed in and get that important boundary. But every single time they only get a single, it's not going to hurt the OAW Warriors.
There is a third man A very well hit shot. Gets only a single again. And Terush, you make a good point. Singles are not going to be a problem. We saw a shot. Oh, there he is. Now, a shot of the Yanam Royals feeling the heat here today. They know it's all still pretty tight. They've gotten so close, with Vedant getting out at the wrong time. And a new man coming in, Praveen. There's a little bit of tension now in the dugout and on the field. Tarun, 14 from 12. One ball to go. The 18th over. Straight behind the bowler. And that might be enough. It is a boundary. Very valuable. Arvind Raj is distraught because he felt he might have been able to stop it on his follow through. Wasn't to be. 18 gone to 149 for 4. Such an important boundary hit last ball of last over by Tarun, and that has once a 2. Striking end, Ajay, that's important.
Thank you so much, Charu. Yes, absolutely. I think if somebody can do the job, it's Tarun, because he's got the ability, he's got the power behind him. The 150 up as well with that single for the Royals. It's been a really intriguing contest. It's been a really very tight contest. Anybody's game from here as well. Arvind Raj has been guilty of bowling a few no balls. He's got to be careful about that. The impact's up.
Oh, he might get away with it, a slow bouncer. An appeal by Tarun saying, come on, that's wide. The umpire unmoved. We'll probably get another look. And he is taking a review.
TV umpire to director. We have a player's review for white ball. Satisfied it is a fair delivery. Can we move with the front on mission, please? Okay, forward. Okay, satisfied. The ball is well within the wide guideline. You can stay with your original.
Well, Tarun, if you're going to move outside the off, then you've got to understand that you're narrowing the distance between yourself and the guidance line. No wide review wasted. Of course, at this stage, I suppose it's not much of a waste. Arvind Raj done very well. 3 balls, 1 run in the 19th over. The big swing. Will it go all the way? It does. It's a massive 6. Just what the Yanam Royals needed, and Tarun has provided them that. What a pull.
Yeah, that's a mighty strike. That's a really good strike. Just powering on the onside. That's ability this man has. If he is there, surely they have a very good chance coming outside line of Ostrom, and then the swing gets into a very good position. It's gone some distance. That's not big, that's huge from the blade of Tarun. He's playing a cameo here. 2 fours and 1 6. The first 6 from his blade. The 70 required of 8 deliveries. Pressure now on the bowler, Arvind Raj.
Yes, pressure. What does he do now? What's the reply? Is it going to be shortish again or very full? Best to be full outside off. That's exactly what it was. Hit hard, but not with the middle of the bat. Just a run. I think there was some interest by Praveen to take the second, allowing Tarun the strike, but it was refused by Tarun. Maybe it's only one delivery left, so he is saying, all right, Praveen, you take the last one.
And also they saw the fielder just charging in very quickly. Really good effort in the deep. Yeah, they were just charging in, and very quick release as well. So good effort there in the outfield. 16 of 7. This ball is going to be important. Can he really hit this for a boundary? That's what's required here for the Royals.
Lots of pressure on Praveen. Well, that's possibly a wide because of the height of nothing else. Yeah, it's already given one. I don't think we need to challenge that either side. That's a wide, well above Praveen, who's actually a pretty tall player. But if not wide in terms of line, it was certainly over the helmet, I thought.
And also the fact he's bowling the slow bounces, Charu. He can just try the Yorker length because he's become a bit too predictable. Yeah, just moving once again. Yeah, once again, just way over the head there. Just checking on the no ball as well. That landing. It looks to be okay.
Well, Arvind Raj, not a no ball, please, not now, your team will say. Yeah, but he's done well, taken a wicket, 34 runs, bowling under a pressure situation. 1 ball to go. Still Praveen. Low full toss, swung away. Another big 6. Praveen's done very well for his team. Arvind Raj couldn't quite get the Yorker. The low full toss turns into a 6, and now they're only 9 runs away with 6 balls to go. Hope you're enjoying the action of the Pondicherry Premier League. Much more to come today. The Mahia Megalo Strikers taking on the Ruby White Town Legends. Both in need for a win to try and maintain their place in the Final 4. All the action coming to you from this wonderful Cap Seacom Stadium in Pondicherry. We're delighted to be here in the company of Ajay Mehra. Beautiful late evening sight, long shadows, but I don't think the batsmen of the crease are looking at the sights at all. They're looking across the boundary for that big 6, or in any which way, the 9 runs they need from 6 balls. Shafiquddin, lots of pressure on him now, Ajay.
Yeah, absolutely. And all depends on these last 6 balls. Can it deliver for his side here? Shafiquddin. He's been expensive so far. 164 for 4. The Royals last ball 6. The previous over. That was really important coming from the blade of Praveen. Something going on there.
Well, perhaps it could be time, whether they have bowled in time or not. Yes. It looks like they are a little late. And there's a penalty now. Only 4 allowed outside. That's a big blow. Well, 1 boundary rider will have to come in. That's the price you pay for a slow over rate. Shafiquddin will feel, oh gosh, got no luck here. But it's an important differential to have 1 less outside.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a big thing because you want to save those boundaries at this stage when 9 is required. There's a slow over rate penalty. Only 4 fielders allowed outside the 30-yard circle. So 1 additional fielder will have to come in, and that's Arvind Raj, who's coming in from deep point. He's got a man at fine leg, a deep square leg, a deep mid-wicket as well. So those 3 Boundary riders on the onside.
There's a fair amount of confusion about who's coming in, who's not. It will be Arvind Raj in the end, coming in from the offside. So, on the offside, a deep third. And nobody. The other three are all on the leg side because Tarun prefers it. Has a wonderful backswing. If it's in the arc, he can swing big. That pull in the last over, magnificent. Okay, Shafiquddin. Experienced. Short pull, but not with any strength. Will they take the second? Not enough time. Shafiq does very well to run on his own follow-through, limiting it to one. And between the two, I'd like Tarun to be at the crease, but Praveen, he hit a six in the previous over. He's no mug.
And that was a special shot. That was a really good shot. Low full tosses, never easy to dispatch those. You see that delivery as well, just back of lane, trying to pull that one, didn't get hold of that. That added bounce as well, and Shafiq doing very well, running all the way and stopping that second run. Excellent work done by him, and good thinking as well.
No chance for a second as Tarun was so distorted, not getting in the middle of the bat. He took his time to take the single. Now, Praveen. So a cat and mouse game now. For him, we've got two on the leg side and three now on the leg side as we have a deep fine. Well, obviously an indication that Shafiq's likely to be bowling a short delivery. Deep fine, long leg. The man at the mid-wicket boundary also long on. So everybody on the fence is on the leg side and there's nobody inside the 30-yard circle on the leg side. Of course, that's okay though, because one or two won't make much of a difference. Hold on, more changes. Third man goes to the boundary and long on comes back in. So three on the leg, one on the off, which is the third man. Here we go. Oh, and will that be taken? No. Off the glove. Very nervously attempted to pull there by Praveen.
Yeah, smart bowling as well. Really smart bowling. Good thinking as well. That slow bouncer coming in from Shafiquddin. Trying to pull that one, just not arriving. He was waiting, and then, yeah, that just lobbing between the keeper and the short third fielder. In the end, no harm done, no damage done there for the batter Praveen. They're warming up outside as well.
Well, they'll be hoping they don't need to come in. It's got to be these two. Can't get a new man in now. That will mean a dot ball and a wicket. But it is Tarun now. 26 from 17, striking at 152. He'll be waiting for it. Can't be too short. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Easy, Shafiquddin. Is he all right? Oh, maybe not. It didn't look like it had turned, but he is in distress. Let's get the medical staff in quickly. Is that the hamstring? Yeah, I didn't think his ankle turned. It's the hamstring. It takes very long to repair. Somebody come in quickly. There we are. Shafiquddin in agony.
Yeah, he's on the floor. He's on the floor. The physio just coming in, attending to him, but looks to be in really pain, agony as well. Not looking too comfortable at all. That's the big worry. Yeah, just attending to him at the moment, but he's in pain. You can see those expressions from him. Doesn't look too good on the floor. As soon as he was just into his delivery stride, you see there, yeah, just running in as soon as he's in the delivery stride. Yeah, this is the point. This is the point. Yeah, that hamstring. As soon as he took that left leg up, and yeah, that strain there, and definitely some issue there. Not great news for the Accord Warriors, Charu.
No, I hope he's okay because quite a bit of the tournament still left, and he's a valuable player, not just with the ball, but we've seen plenty of ability with the bat. To just take a quick look at who might now complete. We've got Pandey, Krishna Pandey, the man who got them all the runs. He's bowled only 3 and bowled well, 1 for 20. So maybe it'll be Pandey coming back for the final 4 deliveries. Also, of course, Pranav, the skipper himself, has bowled only 1, went for 14, maybe not. But it should be Pandey perhaps to come back. We'll see. Quick look at the bowling card. Here we are.
Yeah, because Pranav is more of a part-time bowler. I think you're right, absolutely. I think Krishna Pandey, he can do the job. He's both 3 overs. A touch expensive was, of course, Pranav bowling that 1 over, conceding 14 runs. So I think it should be Krishna Pandey. Looks really difficult for Shafiquddin, although they're just trying their best. But if he's injured, I think it's better off that somebody else bowls this over. Remaining 4 balls now left in this innings and in this match as well.
He's still on the floor. Medical staff looking after him. I don't think he is going to be up to bowl for sure. And I wonder if he needs a stretcher to be taken off the field. The shadow is increasing. There's still good light around the ground. It's about 5:45 local time.
I think it's better to take him off. You know, it's always going to be advisable because doesn't look too good for him. Yeah, they're just trying to put that bandage as well. The physio is trying his best. That's the reason they are just waiting. Aditya Garwal, the skipper, he knows there's a very good chance for his side to bag those 2 points because this pair, they've done well so far. Charu, Tarun and Praveen, they batted well, especially Tarun, 26 of 17 for him.
Yeah, Praveen, with the help of that 1-6, is batting at 112 strike rate, but doesn't... Let's not be unfair, he's only just come in, so his eye is not as well set as Tarun. Praveen might be a wonderful bat in his own right, but it's not his time to win. And fortunately for the Zenit Yanam Royals, it's Tarun at strike. So here are the standings. Just a reminder, Kings 3 played, 3-1. They're right on top. It's all very close thereafter. The Legends, of course, are 1-2 out of their 3. But look at the rest. 3 played, 1-1. So for me, it looks like there could be a massive switch depending on who wins. The Royals at the bottom because of that net run rate. But they're all on 1 point. And the Warriors, of course, have a fabulous net run rate for the moment. But it's all about winning, really. And for me, it's 50-50 at this stage. Ordinarily, I'd say 7 from 4. The batting side is favored. Now, with this delay in play, for a good reason, mind you, because he looks pretty heavily injured as he is being walked off the field. I really think maybe you can have a stretcher for this rather than making him lean a bit on his injured leg, which is the left one, the hamstring.
Yeah, absolutely, because he's not looking too comfortable at all. He's just limping back, you're right, because the more you strain it, the more difficult, the more time it will take for recovery as well. But now it's all going to be about Krishna Pandey. This is exactly what we were mentioning about. It's both those 3 overs, but this is going to be a big test for him. And of course, can he deliver for his side? Because Tarun is going to be on strike. Never easy. He's just come in to fill that over. 4 deliveries remaining in this innings and in this match as well. Coming in from the hello end now, Krishna Pandey.
Going to be tough for both the teams. Krishna Pandey wasn't expecting to bowl. He's now having to bowl 4 balls. And also this delay means that Tarun, who had his eye pretty well set, will just need to be a little careful. Especially the first delivery. 4 to go, 7 runs to make. All very, very close. What a dramatic end to this match. We've got ourselves a cliffhanger, that's for sure, Ajay.
It's been a really intriguing game. It's been a really, really exciting game as well. 7 required of 4 deliveries. Can they get a boundary? Sidak just having a word with Krishna Pandey, just guiding him what to do. It's a ring of fielders on the offside. The boundary riders all on the onside. So it's got to be knowing that. That's the field that's been set by the skipper. Ring of fielders on the off. And remember, there's a penalty for the slow over it as well. So 5 fielders inside the 30-yard circle.
What's number 12, the skipper, Nitin Pranav, doing at backward point inside the circle with Sidak, the one who is advising the bowler? I think it's really Nitin's call. He should be around the bowler telling him what to do. However, the field changes. We've got a deep point now as Arvind Raj goes there. Remember, only 4 fielders outside because of the delay in bowling. And we get a man coming in from square leg. When are we going to get our field right? And a man disappears to the long off boundary. So we got a long off, deep point, and a long on and deep mid wicket. So 3 of the fielders are in front, indicating perhaps that it's likely to be fuller than short, the deliveries. We'll see.
And that's not a bad ploy because we can bowl the jokers, and it's always difficult. The batsmen are going to go for the big shots. So that's the field that has been set by Krishna Pandey. He's not the PSCS, but he can vary his pace. And the important factor is, can he bowl the stump line? Don't give much room because there are field restrictions as well.
Full for sure. Gets a hand to it. They'll get only a single. Very well bowled as anticipated. Full, slightly outside off. And Tarun unable to hoik it anywhere into the outfield or over the boundary line. Now even more tension. 6 from 3 with Praveen at the crease.
Yeah, nicely bowled just around the off stump. Could have been a dot ball as well, just going through his hand there. Should have stopped that one. Krishna Pandey, every run matters, every run counts here. The pressure building on both the sides. What a game we have had. 6 of 3. Can he finish in style? Can he play that big one? Or is he going to Just wait for a boundary and then read the strike. Everything happening here in Pondichery.
Well, he must anticipate a slightly fuller delivery, that's for sure. And he will have to go big because there are plenty in the tank. There's so many in the dugout waiting. He can't afford to pat it and take a single to allow Tarun. He's got to go big. That's my reading. Oh, down leg. And the run as well. He might run himself out, but they've got one for the wide. And Praveen is very, very upset at having to sacrifice for his skipper. But I think the skipper had the right idea, and Praveen didn't. Didn't they have a conversation?
Yeah, absolutely, because, he was just halfway down and then starting off very late. He didn't react early, and then he was well shot. Krishna Pandey doing the rest, striking timber there. The bails were off, and he has to walk back. Praveen run out for 9 of 8 deliveries, 168 for 5, the Royals.
The drama continues. 3 deliveries left. They can finish it with a 6. 5 runs to go. Swings big, but he can't find the 6 here. He must take the double. Tarun's the man who's been there for a while. The throw's not too accurate. And they finished the 2. Now 2 balls to go. 3 runs to get. Not over yet.
Yeah, absolutely, not over yet. And I think a better throw could have landed Tarun in trouble, because the throw was slightly wide coming in from deep mid-wicket. Didn't get the connection right. The thinking was good there from Tarun, running the first one hard, and then he had to come back for the second, but slightly wide that throw, yeah. This slightly wide by the time the keeper collects it and tries to run him out. He was well in. So well home there, 29 for Tarun, but those 3 runs now, very vital for the Royals.
Just to be fair to the fielder, he had to run to his left, being a right-hander, then pick up the ball, transfer his weight, and then the throw, released it quickly enough. Here we go, 2 balls left. 3 runs to get. Jumps out, slices away, finds the gap, it's a boundary. The Janid Yanam Royals win this tense encounter with only a ball to go. Tarun, the batting hero.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic win. Royals will be really, really happy, winning by 5 wickets. Tarun finishing in style. He's played a cameo. He's played a wonderful innings for his side. It's been such a good innings, soaking in the pressure. And of course, a fine win here for the Yanam Royals. Deserve this win. Never easy, chasing 173, but they have done it. And it's really happy fans as well for them, who are celebrating, looking very happy. Despite the run out of Praveen, Tarun was still there and finishing things in style. Accord Warriors once again not able to defend. That has been the big issue for them. Of course, Shafiquddin also getting injured. It's all about Yanam Royals with those 2 points that were really valuable, Charu, for them.
They'll jump up the leaderboard, and the OAW Accord Warriors will slip a bit, although they have a wonderful net run rate, but that's likely to help them only towards the end. You can see the disappointment on all the yellow and blue shirts as we take a look at that final shot. It was outside off. It was full. He got a genuine edge there, trying to thrash it over point. In the gap, races away to the boundary line. No fielder could do much about it. And look at this.